Having had a look at Aristotle's approach to virtue ethics, we're now going to turn to Kohlberg's theory of moral development. As I've said before, this is more a descriptive theory in that it describes the particular ethical development of individuals according to a set of categories based upon research. So let's get into it. So Kohlberg's theory is based upon this idea that as humans we develop cognitively, right? We can think more as we get older. And as we think about and decide on actions, we actually also think about whether they're ethically right. So the idea here, or the theory, proposes that moral reasoning develops, and it develops in a sequence. Okay, so there are stages that we go through. He actually considers 3 broad levels, each with 2 stages. So if you think about it, there's actually 6 categories that he comes up with. So while technically this is a descriptive theory, you'll note as you think about it, there is a normative aspect to it, because most people consider higher stages to be better than lower stages. We'll circle back to that point once we've been through it. So really this is the killer slide that has most of what you need to know about Kohlberg's approach, and the rest is somewhat of an explanation and to be able to demonstrate application. So what you can see here are 3 levels. Level 1, pre-conventional. Level 2, conventional. Level 3 here, post-conventional. Okay. Now notice conventional is really what he's saying is most people. It's conventional, right? So most people are probably in this level. Pre-conventional is when we're young, yeah? And post-conventional is when we have a developed ethical framework, yeah? And it's developing beyond where most people are. So what's he say? Well, pre-conventional, when you're young, the first stage is where you do something for obedience and to avoid, right? So avoid punishment. So what do? You do what you're told to avoid punishment. Now, as you develop and you think about little kids, why do they do things? They do it so they won't be punished, won't be put in the corner, etc. Now, what then happens is they start to realize that if they act nice, parents and people around them are going to be nice to them. So they start following rules because it's in their immediate interest. They're going to get something, right? Exchange. I'm going to be good so that I get something. So that's beyond avoiding punishment, because you've got to be a bit forward thinking to see that exchange. But it's still just about me and an exchange. Okay. Now, Kohlberg says then that most people fit in this second level, conventional, right? Why do we do things? In stage 3, we act well, or we act with good behavior, because that's what people close to you want, your family and your friends. So you fulfill what those close to you and your peer group and family expect. That's why you do it. You do what those people think is the right thing to do. Now, at the 4th level, we do things because that's what socially. Okay, so what we've done is actually broaden the pool of influence. We're still doing what we do because of what other people think, but rather than those other people being those close to us, our peer group and our family, we've now extended it to what society expects. That's probably a better way, what society expects. So we uphold the laws and rules, except in extreme cases, because that's what society expects. Now, Kohlberg says that there's another level above that, and that level is for people who are principled. So they're not doing it in order to get pleasure or pain response, which is stage 1, and they're not doing it because other people say it's the right thing to do, which is level 2. In level 3, they've worked out what the right thing to do is. So they uphold the rules because it's consistent with their ethics. Or they break the law, right? They break the laws because of their ethical stance. Okay. So they're gonna actually get in that narrow wedge of between ethics and law that we discussed in week 1, where something might be unethical but legal. Now notice nothing in here is talking about the actual behavior, and it's descriptive because in order to classify something according to his 3 levels and the 2 stages within each level, in order to be able to do that classification, you have to know the motivation of the individual. This is all about the motivation of the individual. And in the next little video, what we'll do is go through an example to show how that pans out.